Hello and welcome again to Rewind. I'm Fuli Batibo. Since the launch of Al Jazeera English back in 2006, we've built up a library of award-winning documentaries. And here on Rewind, we've been delving into the vault to pull out some of the best of them. Today, we're going back to 2007 to a poor South African neighborhood just outside Cape Town, where music, honor, and tradition come together in an unusual annual competition. In recent years, South Africa has seen huge political upheaval and corruption scandals. And Cape Town, South Africa's second largest city, has been feeling the impact of climate change and struggling with drastic water shortages. A decade ago, South Africa seemed to be moving towards a more inclusive post-apartheid world. Yet, in the poorer suburbs of Cape Town, local communities still maintain their distinctive identities. Based in the Cape Flats, the Muslim Cape Malay community holds an annual singing competition for the Silver Fez Trophy. And in 2007, the Witness series was there to film this contest, which sheds a unique light on the diversity and inequalities of modern South Africa. Here is the Silver Fez.
This is the story of a man with a dream, but it plays out on the dark side of Table Mountain. Until 1965 or thereabouts, most of Cape Town's Muslims lived in the city proper. They spoke Afrikaans, a language they helped create, and many had roots that went back centuries. But when apartheid arrived, they were forced to move out here, to the barren flats outside the city. It's a tough world. Too little money, too many drugs, and one of the highest murder rates on the planet. But not, as we shall see, a place of hopelessness.
This is a place called Q-Town in Athlone. It's in the middle of the Cape Flats. And I'm staying here for the past 30 years. I'm here. Everybody here in Q-Town knows me. Knows Butakatsi because of one thing only, because of music. Nou, doen ons 'n slow beat daar wat ewer daar gaan kom, but that's basically the idea.
In 2005, Kachi and two friends decided to enter and try to win the annual Cape Malay choir competition, an extravaganza that involves 50 rival teams, 2 costume changes, 5 different song forms, and massive amounts of money. It was an insanely optimistic move, considering the competition they were facing. This is Haji Bucks. His real name is Mohammed Zain Benjamin, but he owns several businesses and visits Mecca regularly, so Haji Bucks it is.
Here we are for 2004 and 2005. Some of these winners, the Cape Malay Choir World Champions, Starlight Sinclair.
He calls his team the Starlights, and as far as he's concerned, nobody can touch them.
Yes, there's a lot that doesn't like me in the competition. Because of my boastfulness. To me, there's no second prize, only first prizes.
Haji Bucks has been organizing choirs since he made his first fortune. His funds are inexhaustible, his dominance of Cape Malay culture almost complete. So it was a David and Goliath situation, really. An underdog versus the establishment, a house painter versus Haji Bucks.
I only went as far as standard 5 in school. I can't read music, but I'm a person that can learn something very quickly, especially where music is concerned. But I always knew that I had something in me, man, that I could actually do things in life, man, that can benefit other people too, man.
Kachi couldn't do it alone, of course. Meet Mohammed Stoffels, Buta Khamat or Brother Khamat to his friends.
You see, Buta Khamat, he plays a major role for me. Talking about 35, 40 years that we've known each other. We fight so now and then, and we get cross for each other, but we can never stay away from each other. I need somebody that I can trust, because he's handling the money a bit quiet. And I can't just put anybody there. I think he's 65 vandaag. Kijk eens, hij is nog altijd hier. Weet je wat ik jullie nou zeg? He sees to the Cape Malay choir board, he goes to their meetings, and he must see that everything is in place. Nou, daar praat ik van commitment. Hij is a team member.
We know exactly what the judges want. You can sing so good, but there's a technique to it. If you sing something that pulls the attention from the judges and the people, then you got a winner. And we know how to do that. We definitely know.
The new team was called the Continentals, and this is the third member of the trio that founded it. Wani Dali plays guitar, bass, and banjo, sings like an angel, and dresses flash when he's in the money, which wasn't the case until today.
I'm happy now, yeah. I just recently started work, but my wife was the only breadwinner in the house, and everybody was at home. Well, 100 rand she earned every day. It goes just for food. We can't even cover our debts for that 100 rand.
In case you're wondering, I'm the whitey with the guitar. I'm actually a writer, but Kachi needed help, and I was honored to be asked.
We were always playing for different choirs, but then we sat and we talked, and we made a pledge, myself, Buta Hamad and Buta Wani, that we are going to start this choir. But unfortunately, it's costing a lot of money to do something like this. All we had was our instruments and hope. Baie van ons werkie, ons het nie geld nie. Maar nou ons moet try om 'n way en 'n means te maak hoe om geld te maak. Is dit nie so nie? Nou ons het môre aan 'n show aan daar in die Kaap op platform 24, 5 o'clock het ons 'n show en die geld wat ons daar gaan kry gaan hier inkom by die klub. Jy kan nie 'n team ran sonder geld nie.
The businessmen loved the show, but it brought in only a tiny fraction of what the Continentals need. In months to come, there will be more fundraising events, karaoke evenings and the like. But progress is slow, and some Continentals are battling just to feed themselves.
I do this and I do that. You see that crowd, that cassie there? I recover that also. So I pick it up in the road, I cover it, and I sell it. If I just show you one, I caught one day.
Donald Dapluan lives in a caravan in his parents' garden with his family. He's just come out of prison and he's struggling to make ends meet.
You see milk cassie. You see that is the crack. So I just recovered its light, I cover it, and I sell it all for 30 rand each.
So it's to sit on?
Yeah, you can sit on it.
30 rand, that's nothing.
In my heart was fires here.
Meanwhile, on the far side of the tracks, the starlights are burning brighter than ever.
You know, I got a coach for each item this year because we are the only team in this position to win the Sober Fest 3 times in a row. This game costs a hell of a lot.
They're the champion team. Everybody's trying to come in here to see what they're singing.
To win a trophy is not open your mouth and sing. The first thing, discipline. If you have discipline on that stage, you have won that trophy halfway already.
In Kachi's neighborhood, on the other hand, drugs are everywhere and discipline can be a problem.
But what I saw tonight, it was very disappointing. So whoever did that, we don't tell you guys not to do whatever you want to do. That is up to you. But don't do it when the team is near, man. We don't need people like that. Dan gaat ons eieren met mindere man, dan gaat ons mannen wat kan die klap, respect en die klap se naam afhou. So ek vra vir die manne kan hulle laat die vanaand nou die laaste keer gewys het. Nou daar's 'n rule in die constitution wat sê presies wat ek nou gesê het. So die constitution will take its course no matter who it is. That is final, no? We don't talk about it anymore. A lot of our members come out of Delft, man, and that is an area that is known for its crime and its drugs. And what we're trying to do is get them away from there, get them into the practice sessions, let them learn songs, teach them discipline, so that they don't go into that home and 90% of them is not working, they can't find work. We go and fetch them, we bring them here, they enjoy themselves with the choir, and just keep them occupied in that way, man.
7 o'clock I drive to Delft, I pick the guys up, I bring them to the clubhouse, and then we practice the continentals. At 1 o'clock I bring them home. The family see me just for an hour at that, and on the Sunday they don't see me until 5:30. This I do for the love of the sports. My wife sometimes she complains. She's not actually for this type of sports, but see that I love it. That's why she let me do it.
Ik is unemployed, maar wat ik hoop dat ik hier nog kan een vaste werk kan hebben. Ik draai om iets in het team te drukken. De sport is niet voor samenspel en niks bij goed. I'm unemployed, I'm at home. I like the singing. I enjoy the singing.
While I drive, I always look around. There's no gangsters walking around because anything can happen in it. Because Delft can be quiet and it can be very dangerous at night.
My neighbors, they Christian. Then we're about just 2 Muslim families amongst 20 other families. But here in this game, we respect each other's cultures, religion, and we maintain that music is actually the inspiration for this.
It's high summer in Cape Town and the competition season is drawing near. This is the Silver Fez, the Holy Grail. The way things are going, the Continentals aren't going to get anywhere near it unless a knight in shining armor comes to their rescue. Mr. Dolly is a prosperous businessman who has always dreamed of having his own choir.
This is what we do here. We're putting all the apartments together in a frail care. Sachi, he's my painter contractor on the site. But we grew up with the Malay choirs and we decided we're going to start our own thing. We don't get nothing back when we just do it for the love of the game. We all work together every day and everybody that's working on the site is all singers.
We needed some money to deposit our suits for the competition. So Ami gave me a check of 20 grand. He just brings people to me and he tells them, Katse, give that one a tracksuit, give that one. And yesterday he phoned me all that lighties that can't afford it in Delft, man. And I took about 20 tracksuits to them yesterday. The way their faces were when I handed the tracksuits to them, I felt so good yesterday. These guys will be dancing for us while we parade, just to make the whole thing more lively, you know what I mean?
It's New Year's Eve and big things are brewing on the Cape Flats. One shudders to think what all this is costing Mr. Dolly. The tracksuits are just the start of it. He's also hired a string section, a brass band, and enough buses to transport hundreds of people. The festivities begin with a tour of the tough neighborhoods where most Continentals live, before moving to middle-class Athlone, where Mr. Dolly's wife and her friends have prepared a feast for the multitudes. Towards evening, the Continentals and their supporters pile back into the buses and head for the city proper. According to legend, all this goes back to the abolition of slavery in 1834. On the stroke of midnight, those in bondage were set free, and they flooded into the streets to celebrate. Ever since, Muslims have marched through Cape Town on that same night.
This is where we parade in the mother city. This is what we're looking forward to the whole year.
And now is the time to enjoy ourselves.
That was the fun part of the proceedings. In the new year, the struggle for the silver fez begins in deadly earnest.
This is the distribution I got to do from today onwards. And what you have seen here is come out of my pocket, nobody else's pocket. But they must come and win this. They must win 100 bucks here. At the end, if I'm successful, I can boast the whole year. The whole year I can boast. Isn't that lovely?
Winning the silver fez is complicated. You get points for singing, points for dressing smart. And then you hire an army sergeant to drill your team and you get judged on precision marching. And finally, you get judged for your performance of a sacred song, a form that is unique to this culture. These sad old songs are haunted by a sound that arrived in the Cape on slave ships, the sound of ancient Java and Sumatra, married to elements of Western music. They call them the Nederlandslied.
Here that's got over 200 songs. Half of them I don't know because no records was kept of it. It's only the old people that actually knows these songs.
The Nederlandslied will never ever change. Not a 15 down the lane will never change. That will stay original as it is.
Those songs were written 150, 200 years ago. We're not allowed to change any words. Words that some of us don't even understand. But as you learn it more and more and more, then you come to see that whole story. You know how my forefathers lived before, and how they were slaves, and how they came to enjoy themselves by singing these Nederlands songs. They couldn't talk out, so they sang out.
Haji Bucks and Kachi claim to like each other, but you'd never guess it from the way they talk about one another.
Most of those members with the Starlights, they will never be able to leave the Starlights. Whatever Bucks tells them to do, if he tells them tomorrow to jump in the fire, I'm sure they must jump in the fire.
This is a sport. This is a competition. This is a tough game.
This is our first year. We've got absolutely nothing to lose. He's got something to lose, but we, the Continental Male Choir, have nothing to lose tomorrow.
The word is on the road. They want to win the Starlights. They want to kill us. They want to win everything. Let them come. There's only one first prize.
Ons gaat ons nou Saterdag sing in hy competition. Maar ons is ons afgeskryf, klaar. Het kan net een ding wees. It can be to our advantage. Seeing that other choirs are writing us off without even listening to us. Of course I'll be nervous tomorrow, but if I'm going to be now nervous and all that, then I'm going to make all those other guys nervous too. And I know what these guys can do. Once they put on those suits, you'll see a different bunch of guys.
It's the night of the dress rehearsal, and here's what could be a bad omen. The tailoring isn't exactly up to scratch.
Die baatjie lyk eerder as my tande. Dit wys hom net hoe lief is ek vir die team. Ek kyk verby die baatjie. Elke member in die team maak hier 10 points for love. En as jy so baatjie kan dra vir 'n team, is liefde. Nou, as regtig geliefd is liefde. Kan baatjie.
Competition Day, Day of Destiny for the Continentals. This event is run very strictly by the Cape Malay Choir Board. They have a rule that says outsiders cannot film the competition. We spent nearly a year begging for an exemption, but no luck. In the end, the Continentals decided to perform for us outside the venue. We thought that would be okay. We were wrong.
Apparently, according to the board, you never got permission to do a video. So
Yeah, but this is outside the...
it's still on the perimeter of the grip center.
We go outside, then we shoot, man. Ons gaat uit, ons is seker worry op hulle nie, Jatsie. Wie's worry van koppe?
Kachi, I don't want to make shit.
No, we go outside, man, that's fine. As we walk in, we can. That's another thing as for your document. Come, come.
The Continentals won a minor trophy for dressing up of all things. For the rest, they were crushed. Maybe they were doomed from the outset, and maybe it didn't really matter.
Of course we wanted to do well. Everybody wants to do well. But our main thing was put the guys on stage, let them perform. It's our first year. Whatever happened, we're disappointed about last night, but as they say, life goes on.
You know, just to see your team stand on the stage, you don't even think about money that you put in.
And as for the Silver Fez, it went once again to Haji Bucks and his invincible Starlights.
This time, when we all, different kinds of people, play together, it's just like a bird flying into the sky, you understand? And just that moment, the music takes you away.
They want to win the Starlights. They want to kill us. They want to win everything. Let them come. There's only one first prize.
We've got absolutely nothing to lose. He's got something to lose, but we, the Continental Male Choir, have nothing to lose.
The Silver Fez from the Witness series in 2007. Do check out the Rewind page at aljazeera.com for more films from the series. That's it from us. Thanks for watching.